What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another movie review. And this time it's Tom Holland's Cherry, directed by the Russo brothers. So a really good combo right there. I mean, the director's amazing. We've seen what they've done with the MCU, how they literally changed the MCU in a way with their Winter Soldier, and Tom Holland recently is taking risks. The Devil All the Time, and now Cherry. Was really good in that film. Again, the story was kind of all over the place, and this is kind of the same story in this one, although the story is really strong and Tom Holland's performance is fantastic. I believe it's like Oscar worthy. It's just a lot of the screenplay issues and the way a lot of things are actually handled in the movie that bring it down. Even then, I do think this is still a really good movie. I don't think it's as bad as some of the critics are really criticizing it for, and the score out there is low, but I think it is still a really good movie, even with those, faults that are in there. So, as I said, Tom Holland owns this movie. I mean, if it was not for his performance, this movie would have fallen apart completely. It's him. Like, everything is resting on his shoulders in this one from start to the end. That progression in life and from where he is and his marriage and how everything goes and his army time and when he's in the army and what happens there, and then the aftermath of everything. It is amazingly done throughout. His variations in how he acts, his character, what he brings to life for each of those phases in his life is pretty amazing. It's not Tom Holland, and that's the thing. It's like we know him as Spider-Man. He's that, kid, but he's not that here. You don't feel like you're watching Tom Holland. You feel like you're watching this character, this person, going through these different stages in life. So that stuff is brilliant. The problem comes in where it's a lot of the decisions in terms of how some of the scenes are shot. There is a fourth wall thing where the characters just start talking to the audience, and it's not needed. It literally is not needed. It brings more of a humor to the movie when it's not needed at all. This movie is a certain kind of a story. It's really depressing. Some of the scenes in there, some of the stuff that happens, how life really falls apart. It's stuff that you don't need that kind of a stuff in there. That talking to us, talking to the audience, Deadpool like. You don't need that. The other thing is there are a whole lot of sequences where it's slow-mo upbeat music when the sequence itself, what you're actually seeing on the screen, is really depressing. So it gives you that mixed feelings. Like, your sequence is one thing and the music that is going with it, it's one thing. Then there are certain characters that also just come in, which is some of the supporting cast at the start of the film. I understand why they're there, but some of them are really not used, as in they're there and they also have these small sequences, but then they vanish. There's nothing happening other than this one character that comes back later and becomes part of the story in a way, but they're not utilized in the way that I think that they should have used them as. Especially one where this one is going to the army and it has a big effect on Tom Holland's character, and they could have used that character more, I think, and they did not. And that really is the major problem in the movie, is that it just feels like chapter by chapter by chapter. There's actually like sequences where it's like epilogue and prologue and chapter one, chapter two. It felt episodic, and they made it that way, but I don't think it was needed. And that's the problem. As I said, the screenplay itself is the issue. I don't think the story is the issue. It's the directing and some of the sequences, how they've handled some of the important sequences when life, as I said, really is falling apart or things are happening. There's literally a sequence when he's robbing the bank and you see him talking to y'all. So all of a sudden there's this pause and everything's paused and he's talking to us. Instead of that, a dramatic moment would have been better, and there's a whole lot of other sequences like that. So I think that's what keeps this movie from being actually really great, because it's in there. Everything that can make a movie great, the acting, the story, even the directors, the direction is in there. It's a lot of times the direction really pulls through and you can actually see, oh, okay, this is what they were going for. But then they make these decisions that really don't gel with the story that they're trying to tell. So overall, I would just give this around a 7. I wanted to actually go lower, but I think this is it. This, because of that performance and because of how the story actually really picks up in the later part of the movie, that score is really worth it. It's a 7 out of 10. It's nowhere a bad movie, and I was really going in thinking it's gonna be a huge disaster based on what everyone was saying, but it actually turned out really good. It's just the small decisions that really keep it from being great. So yeah, that's my take on it. What did you all think about it? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Did it actually exceed your expectations? Did it actually just ruin your evening or something? Leave a comment below. Let me know. And other than that, I want to say thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support. And if you like this review and if you want to watch other casual reviews like this, there are a whole lot more on the channel. Please go have a watch. And yeah, other than that, take it easy, take care, and I will catch you all later. Until then, ta-ta, AK out.